Back just for kicks. Sweet. Anything before we need to begin?
Checking live on my side. Looks like we are live because I'm getting an ad. So, okay. Ready to do a show, everyone.
Right,
Yeah.
well, here's your faces.
Here's our faces, except not.
No face.
No face. I love No Face. He's
No
awesome.
face 26. Be here for it.
No Face 2026. I would vote for No Face for 2026.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Okay, what happened is
Uh-oh.
I changed
There it is.
Ah, there we
the battery
are.
once too many times, and
It got very fussy
when
about
you
it.
do that, it decides, oh, I'm just resetting all your settings.
You know,
Love that.
But that's not... Why do I even bother to set anything off?
I love that I can see what you're doing with the camera
mhm.
in the live stream. It's fantastic. We're doing it live, everybody. Look at that.
Yes.
All right.
Aha. All right. We are actually ready.
Yep, I am. It looks like ready. Ah, there we are. All right.
Cool.
Let's do a show.
Mhm.
Here we go. Y'all ready?
Ready.
Ready.
Welcome, everyone, to Good Night and Good Game, your source for geek news for the weeks that were. I'm your host, James, and with me, as always, is my wonderful co-host, Hector,
Hello.
and our fantastic producer, John.
It's me.
This week on the show, we're going to cover some of the wonderfully geeky things that are coming out in 2026 that we are super excited for. But before we start, don't forget that you can head over to goodnight.gg, or as a patron of our show, you can suggest topics for us to talk about. Also, as a patron, you get access to our off-week episodes. We're in the middle of our Tales from the Crypt series watch, and it's pretty great. Not gonna lie.
It's awesome.
We are having a really good time with it. And if you like what we do here, please leave us a comment or a like, as it helps our little show out. And please share us with anyone that you think would like us. We are trying to grow our audience in 2026, and it would really mean a lot to us. Okay, with all that out of the way, let's get hyped for 2026.
2026. Please don't suck. Please suck less.
Okay,
I think is the vibe.
so if you listened to our last episode where we talked about things that we liked in 25, same format going into 26. If you're listening to us for the first time, welcome. We just have a list in front of us. We're going to pull things. We're making John do all the work if you're watching us live on Twitch, where he's going to pull up trailers as we are doing these things. John, we appreciate you. Just want to point that
You're
out.
welcome.
All right, so we've got categories here. If you want to talk about video games, if you want to talk about TV, you want to talk about some movies, anything you got on your list, let's throw it in there. Hector, why don't you kick us off?
All right, let me kick us off. I'm going to, in my own fashion, start with something that may not be on anyone else's list. Might be, might not be. But I just need to make y'all aware of something. There is a movie coming out this year starring Tom Cruise, directed by Alejandro Iñárritu. Hopefully now I have your attention. It is called, with a D, Digger.
Okay.
And this is... I don't know how to describe this except that it is about a character from the movie Mystery Men. He's like one of the strongest people in the world and seems a little down on his luck. There's not a ton of other information that we have on the movie so far. The trailer looks incredible. I've never seen an Iñárritu movie that hasn't like practically changed my life. Love his stuff.
If you have ever seen Mystery Men, if you're unfamiliar with Mystery Men,
Are you talking about the Ben Stiller?
Yes.
Mystery Men.
the one that's about like superheroes before there were
And
superhero
William
movies.
H. Macy and Janine Garofalo and a bunch of other people.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mystery Men.
And this is a spin-off from that.
Mm-hmm.
That is wild to me that in the year of our Lord 2026 we're getting in this series, you know?
Seems insane to me that this exists at all.
Mm-hmm.
Like this source, actor, and director combination make no sense to me. I wouldn't have gotten it in a Mad Lib. I would never have dreamed it up. I would never have pitched it to anyone.
Most people pretend that movie never existed.
Yeah, I know.
It's so entertaining.
It's a great movie. I like that movie.
It's fun, but it was very much before we knew how to make the superhero thing
Oh, yeah.
funny. you know, pre-Incredibles kind of thing.
Yeah, well, it was back when we all thought Ben Stiller was funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so let me jump in, and I hate to do this immediately, but I am doing a twofer for my first pick because these two types of games are very similar. And the reason I'm putting them together, aside from their similarity, is where they come from. So I want to talk a little bit about a game that came out in the 90s called Parasite Eve. One of my favorite games of all time. Great first story, okay second one, third one is complete trash. Book is very fascinating because it's based off of a Japanese book. But it had a very unique combat system because what it had was essentially this like hybrid active time, but also turn-based combat where combat is always happening, and as your active time meter fills up, you would then click a button and then you would decide your attack. But the other part of Parasite Eve was this very in-depth weapon system where this was a game that took place literally like on New Year's Eve in modern New York City, which was such a rarity for an RPG.
Oh, yeah.
But on top of that, like the main character is a detective. She is not an overly sexualized character. And one of the things you can do in the game, aside from having cool parasite powers, was you could take apart all of the armor and the weapons that you got, and you got to put them together. Now, this is a very unique system that only one other game, Vagrant Story, which is also a Square Enix game, ever did. And every Parasite Eve after the first one, none of them had this system in it.
Yeah.
It's so fascinating. It's one of those games that for years I told myself, if I ever became a game developer, nobody's making one of these. I should make one of these. And obviously I couldn't make a Parasite Eve because Square Enix owns that, but I could make a Parasite Eve like.
Yeah.
That was in 97. It is now 2026. The first one to talk about is the most obvious. It's called Parasite Mutant. It's been on the front page of Steam for a little bit. It is the most direct homage to Parasite Eve.
Looks exactly like the old game.
Yeah, we're talking down to the having a blonde like heroine as the like lead character. The battle system is there. Neither of the games I'm about to talk about have really gone into the crafting system, but I assume if they are doing this much to be like this, like absolutely put. So Parasite Mutant is a direct homage. Like you could look at the trailer to this and go, that's Parasite Eve.
Inspiration on the sleeve.
Yeah.
This is it is as much a Parasite Eve like as I don't know, Berserker Kazan is a Souls-like.
There's that scene.
Like it is. This is I am doing a thing here.
What's that fucking scene from? Is it like Austin Powers where he's like, "It's Godzilla," and it's like, it's not Godzilla. Like for reasons of copyright, that is not Godzilla, but it
is
resembles
legally
it
distinct from Godzilla monster.
Yeah,
yeah.
So that's basically Parasite Mutant. The second one is .45 Parabellum Bloodhound. It's a hell of a fucking title.
There's a title for you.
Yeah. So Parabellum Bloodhound is being made by Sukiban Games, and they are the developers who actually made the game VA-11 Hall-A, so Valhalla. And that game was just a sim of mixing drinks and talking to people.
Yeah, there's a graphic novel for the most part.
Yeah. Parabellum Bloodhound is a cyberpunk Parasite Eve game.
Yep.
And if you if you had to put two things together that is going to make me interested, it is a cyberpunk Parasite Eve game.
Yeah.
And it even has this like late PS1, early PS2 graphic fidelity to it that like even cements it even more.
Yeah, no, absolutely. The art for this game is absolutely gorgeous in that kind of like crunchy pixels sort of way that so many games are leaning into lately.
Yeah.
Which I am all for. I plan on going on this rant several times this year, but make graphics worse, make games more interesting and better, and don't compromise your entire game for having great graphics. Just
Google the Sonic meme.
yeah, absolutely that. Just yeah. And if we can do this and the way that it activates all of the pleasure centers of my brain with graphics that look like this, do more of that. It's great.
And the great thing about these two games is that we have two games based on a really fantastic game from '97. Parasite Mutant looks like if somebody made a modern day Parasite Eve. Graphically, everything, that is a just modern day Parasite Eve. Parabellum Bloodhound, that is a PS1,
It looks like if someone
PS2.
made a Parasite Eve sequel to Signalis. Is
Right.
what that looks like. It looks fucking amazing.
Absolutely. So those are high on my radar. John, do you got something for us?
I do. The Boys. I have been obsessed with The Boys ever since I first saw it, and also it's one of those shows that I have introduced to several people in my life, and every single time I sit them down, I'm like, just the first 5 minutes, and then we will not stop watching it tonight.
Yeah.
And every time that's true. It is such a beautiful series, especially in the hashtag current era, year, society,
Oh, yeah.
politics that we are living in.
Oh yeah.
It is, it is about, absolute power corrupting absolutely, and it is beautifully done. And it is the first time I've ever seen superheroes on screen where I genuinely believe they are that powerful. Like when Superman comes down, I'm like, oh, it's friendly Clark Kent and he's so lovable and stuff. But like when any of these characters, even when they're the good guy, when they come down, you're like, whoa, there's a bomb in the room.
Yeah.
It's like you say, Hector, like there's a grizzly bear in the room.
Yeah.
I wonder what it's going to do.
Yeah. Hope it isn't that hungry. Oh God.
It's the final season. So
Yeah,
we'll
Yeah,
see how
And the
it goes.
final
it better
season
be.
coming out.
It better be. Don't make us wrong.
Also,
this is the
I
final
mean,
season, they've said it.
maybe there will be offshoots, probably because it's pretty popular. I want it to end well. I want it to be good, and I'm sure it will be because they haven't let us astray yet.
I
And
did
they've
love
had a
Gen
lot
V.
of opportunity to.
Oh, Gen V was so
This
Yeah.
is and Gen V is also amazing, which is also an offshoot of this show. I would put this show in the very, very high shelf with very few things on it, where the adaptation surpasses the source material.
Oh, big time.
Like
Oh,
big
yeah,
by a
time.
absolutely.
lot.
Absolutely.
That is
The-
such a
this-
rare thing, like just in general. But this far better than the comic. If someone said, "Oh man, I love this show. Should I read the comic?" I would be like,
Nah.
No, you should not. Absolutely not.
It probably it depends on who you are and what your tolerance is for certain things. I wouldn't read it again. No.
Hector, what do you got for me?
All right. I am going to move down the list and talk about a game that I'm looking forward to playing with the boys. We all here we in this house are a large fan of 4-player co-op shooters. Things, Left 4 Dead, Deep Rock Galactic, several others that I'm forgetting. Stuff like Warhammer 40K Dark Tide. We love killing stuff with our friends, hopefully zombies. And this year we have Romero's. Is it Romero?
What is it?
Toxic Commando.
Oh, that's John. That's Carpenter's.
Carpenter. Yeah, it's Carpenter. One of the Johns.
Yeah, John Carpenter's.
Yeah.
Toxic
Carpenter's
Commando.
Toxic Commando, which is a 4-player PvE fucking shooter based on the Toxic Commando.
No. It's an original IP for John Carpenter, as far as I know.
Oh, okay.
It's
So
not
it has
based
nothing
on
to do
that
with the
NES?
Toxic Commando.
It's not based on the Toxic Avenger or anything.
They just called it Toxic.
Yeah,
Commando.
it's just called Toxic Commando.
Oh, okay. Well, it looks
But,
great.
yeah.
Trailer looks great.
It is
Game looks great.
Yeah, straight up 4-player looter shooter. John Carpenter, the man who brought us things like Halloween, is doing the music for it.
Yeah.
It kind of gives you that like what you wanted with Redfall kind of vibe almost.
I mean, you would hope.
Yeah. It's not hard to beat out what Redfall did. But yeah, everything about Toxic Commando looks absolutely, it's all over the top. It's all insane. The way that Borderlands is, it's just a little more reality grounded.
Yeah, it's very grindhouse vibes.
Yeah.
When someone explodes, they're gonna fucking explode.
Yeah.
When there's blood, there's a lot of blood.
Yep.
That kind of stuff. Yeah. Looks like endless fun. Can't wait to play it. Yeah, we watched the Toxic Avenger movie this year.
Yeah, we did.
That's why I'm confused. That's my
But
bad.
also, I'm thinking of something as well too, like a commander shooter, like from NES era. But I don't know
You're
what it
probably
is.
thinking
Commander
of
Keen?
Commando was a Nintendo game.
There was
Yes,
also a game
absolutely.
called Commando,
Yeah.
which was an Arnold Schwarzenegger movie.
Oh man, so many good things to choose from. I am going to talk about Mouse PI for Hire. On the list of games that I am excited for this year, this was a game that was originally announced, I want to say a year or two ago, when the license for Steamboat, when the
Oh yeah, when
Copyright.
Steamboat Willie went public domain.
yeah, and they were like, "Hey, by the way, we're doing a Steamboat Willie adjacent game, and it's called, Mouse PI for Hire."
Yeah, here's a hand-drawn art. We're doing a Cuphead. Everything looks beautiful and like smooth because we literally drew all the frames by hand.
Yep. The best way I can
So hard.
describe it visually is if you took BioShock, but you then put it in a Steamboat Willie world. Like, and I say that because if you look up this trailer, the way that certain weapons are, they feel like they came from BioShock. But it's all animated, like straight up old school Walt Disney style. It's just a first person shooter. Like, get in there, grab a machine gun, have a good time. Everything about this I'm in love with and cannot wait to play it.
Hell yeah.
John, you got something?
No. Go ahead and skip me. We'll get me next.
Speaking of BioShock, I am very much looking forward this year to Judas. Judas is the upcoming game by Sam Levine. This is he's finally giving us a new project, and it is not BioShock, but it is by the man who gave us BioShock.
Oh,
and
Ken Levine?
BioShock
Yeah.
Infinite. Judas,
Yeah.
and man, just based on the trailer that we got, this looks very, very cool. It looks interesting and beautifully rendered. The art's amazing. It's got that kind of mystery box feel to it. And if I know Ken, hopefully it's a bit of an immersive sim,
Yep.
which we don't get enough of lately, except in the indie space. So having one up to this caliber, hopefully going to be amazing. Yeah, I love Ken Levine. I love BioShock.
They've kept this really under wraps.
And they have been very, very quiet about this until like late last year.
Yeah.
And it comes out at some point this year, hopefully. So, fingers crossed that this is as good as it looks, because fuck, it looks cool.
Yeah.
Looks so cool.
Yeah. John, did you have something?
I do. Let's talk about the apparently it was shot when the sequel 28 years later, the sequel, The Bone Temple.
Yeah.
Like, I guess they would have had to have shot it like back to back,
They shot
right?
back to
Yeah,
back,
because we all saw
Yeah.
this in theaters last
this
year.
time last
Yeah,
year.
like
And
months ago.
As of recording right now, it's in theaters on Friday.
Damn.
The sequel, yeah, it will be. We'll probably go see it next weekend.
Yep.
And are we
Like,
getting Killian Murphy back in this bitch?
I
Like,
heard that he is back in this one.
All right.
Yeah, we don't know. We'll
Fingers
see.
crossed.
So, we'll get the dudes with the Power Ranger outfits, get to see what the fuck that's about, and talk some more about the Bone Temple.
Early reviews are this is fucking great.
I'm sure it is.
Maybe
I
they
did
shot
hear
it.
they took away a lot of the penises, which I
Yep.
am
Oh.
50-50 on.
Yep.
But did they shoot this one with real cameras?
I mean, I'm pretty sure if they were filming it all together, like they were using all the
They
same
probably
equipment.
shot it the exact same way they shot the last one.
All right. That's fine. Danny Boyle likes his strange stuff.
Yeah, he does.
All right, next thing that I'm looking forward to in 2026, and you're going to see a trend here where I like weird ass indie games. The title of this game is The Remake of the End of the Greatest RPG of All Time.
Say that.
that sounds
That's the title?
Yes, the remake of the end of the greatest RPG of all time. So the premise for this game, it's a very simple premise, is imagine it's like 1998 and you went to a video store and you rented a game and you put the game in and the game already had save data on it.
I've been there.
And that's kind of where the story starts. It's already won a handful of indie game awards for what it's doing. It is very much a game that is a love letter to the games industry. The title literally is the idea from like Tenacious D, right? Like the tribute to the greatest song.
the best song in the world. Yeah.
That's exactly what this is. It's the remake of the end of the greatest RPG of all time. So you won't be playing the greatest RPG of all time.
Just the end.
Just the end, and specifically a remake of the end. So stuff like this, if you do watch the trailer for this, it is so out there. It reminds me almost of like the guy who does we're going to talk about him in just a minute.
Pony Island.
Yeah,
right?
the guy who does Pony
Yeah,
Island stuff, like
Inscription.
Inscription. Like it's that kind of head fuck to it. Yeah, man, this looks like an indie title that I'm just going to eat up.
Yeah, I like
Hell
that the
yeah.
trailer opens with switching through the HDMI ports, and you got to go to that AV1.
Yep. All right, Hector, what do you got?
All right, I'm going to stick with video games and talk about one that I'm definitely looking forward to this year, Onimusha.
Spell that?
Onimusha. Onimusha.
Way of the
And
Sword.
you might need to type in 2026 on there because there are a lot of these.
Yeah.
Oh.
But it has been well over a decade, if not longer, since we've gotten a proper entry into the Onimusha series. And I believe this is a continuation, not a remake.
Because there's two-
we've had remakes. We've had a remake of 1 and a remake of 2. And what we have, and there was a 3 and a 4. And what we have here is a continuation of that amazing journey of the world of demons and samurai and magic gauntlets, and it's always great. It's always fun. Capcom is on an all-time kind of run with the quality of their games and bringing back their franchises and making something amazing out of them. And I never thought Onimusha would get that treatment, the Resident Evil treatment.
Oh yeah, it
And I'm
looks so good.
so excited to play
Seeing the
this.
trailer to this because I missed out on this series growing up made me go, oh, I want to go back and play those.
Oh yeah, and with the remakes, there's no better time. They're all on PC. They run great. They got perfect frame rates, and they're very Resident Evil like, and you can take that for what it's worth. But that was the style at the time. And
Yeah.
in this game, this third person action, but more sword than gun, is very much what you're gonna get here. If you ever wanted to play RE4 with a samurai sword and a magic gauntlet, you've got it. Onimusha, Way of the Sword. Look forward to it.
Yeah, that's pretty exciting. I'm going to piggyback off of you for the next pick then. I'm going to
Yeah.
continue down the Capcom train, and I want to talk about Pragmata. Because
That one's
this
on my
is-
list too.
This is an original title from Capcom.
Yep.
Using RE Engine. And honestly, for this, I want to concede this one to you to speak about briefly because you got to play the demo for it.
I did play the demo.
Yeah, I
for
was
it.
going to say, haven't we been talking about this game for years?
Yes, we saw a demo of this game. I want to say in like 2021 or something.
Yeah. It was just a quick
We
tease.
saw. I think what it was at the time was mostly a trailer, and it was a little girl and a guy in a spacesuit who looks like he had just stepped off of a lunar rover. And there was some shit going on in the trailer. The old trailer doesn't matter anymore. I doubt there's very little left of that game in this game because of how long ago that was. What we have here is a third-person action-adventure game, a la something like Resident Evil 4 again, but where you control both this man in a spacesuit and this little girl riding piggyback on him at the same time. Now, he is a shooter, he's a fighter, and he fights off, evil robots, that are programmed to kill people. And she, on his back, is a little hacker girl. And the problem is the guns don't do a lot of damage to robots, but if you hack them, the gun does a lot more. So what you're doing is you're at any time mid-combat where you're dodging, you're rolling, you're getting out of the way, you're reloading, you're worried about all those things. You're also at the exact same time playing a hacking mini game on whatever you're targeting, and it is interesting to split your brain that way. I will say my head hurt a little bit after the first hour or so, and the demo's also, by the way, about 20-30 minutes long at the most. But it encourages you to play it over again for a better score, a better time, get more used to what you're doing. And I really needed that because the game can be a little overwhelming at first, and the demo does a great job of easing you into it with very simple stuff. But at the same time, once you get to that first boss fight that they have, the only boss fight in the demo, you really need to be on top of your stuff if you're going to do well at all. And all of that is just about what you hack and when you hack and the path that you take while hacking, while again at the exact same time jumping, rolling, dodging, reloading, shooting straight. I mean, it is a lot to take in, and I love shit like this. Anything that's really going to make me like lock in and put on my game face. That's why I love Souls games. This is definitely a game for me.
Yeah. With that being said, I'm going to bring out one more thing to talk about on my side before we roll it back over to John. And because I like to make John's life miserable, I'm going to be talking about another indie game, and it's called Tenebris Somnia.
I'm just going to see if I can spell that.
Just phonetical that shit out and see what happens.
Let's see if it comes up.
So Tenebris Somnia.
I think I nailed it.
Nice. So Tenebris Somnia is like an 8-bit horror game. So it's kind of like so Faith, which came out a few years back, is a 4-bit horror game, and they were like, can we do rotoscoping and make it scary? So the fascinating thing about Tenebris Somnia is it's an 8-bit horror game where while you are walking around and clicking things in a point-and-click style, it's all done in its 8-bit animation. But when the scary shit starts to happen, it cuts to live action. And like, this is fucking fascinating to me.
It's a good idea.
Because
it's such a good idea.
This is like something you feel like Remedy would do. And like, I recommend watching the trailer to this. Because the way that it jump cuts between the video game and the live action portions, like while you're playing, is just fucking insane. And it's an old school, it looks like an old school point and click with some more environmental.
Yeah, maybe somewhere between an NES and an SNES as far as the graphics go.
There is action, like you do shoot things and stuff like that. But like, man, it's so, the thing I love about video games is when people use the medium in new and inventive ways.
Yeah. Live action cutscenes used to be a sign of like either a studio that didn't really know how to make video games or someone really trying to cut some corners, and actors and a soundstage were so much cheaper than trying to develop like a scene in a game to tell a story, and more entertaining than text scrolling across the screen. But taking that and turning it into a way to make a game scary, to like introduce an element of horror into a game, so cool. Yeah. So cool. What a wonderful idea.
Yeah. All right, John, what do you got?
I am going to talk about The Muppet Show. This is something that happens, like they retry it like once every 15 years.
Because everyone knows the Muppets are great.
Yeah, and they are great, and we all get excited, but then nobody really watches it because here's the thing. We all love the Muppets, and
are we getting a Miss Piggy movie this year?
Also, I don't know if it's this year, but it is being worked on.
Yeah.
But I don't think the Muppets work long form. I think the Muppets are like a 5-10 minute fun, awesome thing
you think
to
they're
point
a sketch
to.
in another show?
Well, in defense of that, the Muppet Show that you're talking about is going to be a one-off thing.
Oh, really?
It is a one-off special event.
Oh.
Seth Rogen and Sabrina Carpenter are putting it on.
Which, I mean, it ship.
I would not be surprised if it wasn't at least a test ground for them doing more of it. But this seems more like a love letter to the Muppet Show than just...
and in my mind, I'm like, why didn't Jason Segel already do that twice?
Yeah. I mean, hopefully he had something to do with this. I'm not sure. I would hope so.
But yeah, I'm excited for it. I mean, hit me with Seth Rogen and Sabrina Carpenter.
Yeah,
hit me with the Muppets and all of those things. And I cannot wait to eat and drink every scene of Sabrina Carpenter talking to Miss Piggy. That sounds so good.
Yeah.
So good.
All right, Hector, what do you got for me?
All right, I got a big one here. I'm doing all the big games. James is doing all the indies, which is good. Control. Resonant.
I love that you say like, oh, this is a big one, because for whatever reason, and I know that they're a big company, but Remedy has this ability to make a AAA title or a AA title that feels like the most indie shit ever.
Do you know why that is? Do you know why that is? And I'll tell you right now, because AAA games with this good of graphics and this high production quality do not take risks. They do not put anything in the game that would require any amount of friction other than a hard mode. And what Remedy does when they make games is they make that shit esoteric and weird and interesting in ways that might be kind of challenging to you and might even turn you off a little bit.
Yep.
And that's what makes them such a wonderful studio. You know, you can say like, oh, it's just for Lynch fans, or it's only for, you know, people who love Twin Peaks or coffee or
House of Leaves.
House of Leaves or obscure, you know, like books and literature and Scandinavian esoterica. But no. This is for everyone. It's presented to you, and it's up to you to take it in, and that's what I love about their games. And this is a sequel to my favorite of their games, because as much as I love Alan Wake, and as much as I love Max Payne back in the day, Control to me was their absolute masterpiece. And them deciding to take that game and make a sequel to it and make it so fucking different from the original, just like
It is not the same game.
I'm standing up unironically clapping into the air at the screen during the trailer like, you fucking crazy assholes, I can't believe you would do this. Please give it to me. Put it in my veins right now. I cannot wait for Control Resonant. Seems so weird. Seems like such an off-the-wall premise for what we were doing in the first Control game. Like, it was all about the oldest house, and now we're outside. But maybe so is the oldest house, and that's fucking terrifying to think about. So here we go. Probably my most anticipated game of 2026. If it releases in 2026, I believe it's supposed to. If you need more time, you have it. Remedy, you have my permission to delay this game until you love it, because I know I will.
All right. The next game that I want to talk about is Romeo is a Dead Man.
Romeo's a Dead Man.
So I believe this, I want to say, is this a Suda game? Or it's like...
If it isn't by Suda, it's certainly inspired by him.
Yeah.
I'm not sure exactly either, but it fucking feels like a Suda game.
Yeah, so the freaking trailer for Romeo is a Dead Man is wild, because you have this family and they're sitting around and they're having curry. Doorbell rings. Romeo gets up to go and like answer the door. There's a scream. Like, Grandpa opens the door. He's been bitten by a zombie and is like, oh no, you're about to die. I fortunately have this invention that will make you not completely undead. Let me slam this into your eye. And that's how the game starts.
Yeah. Absolutely feels like a Suda game, not gonna lie.
It is like completely wild. It is over the top graphically. It changes art styles like in the trailer by itself.
Yeah, like it went from flash animation to like cool, gritty, like I can't even describe it.
No, it's indescribable and also beautiful and also strange as fuck.
Yeah.
I can't wait for this one. This one is going to rule.
Yeah, and I want to say that this is all the team that worked on No More Heroes.
Makes sense. Yeah,
and if you watch the trailer, because they love their little
lightsabers.
not lightsabers.
Yep.
Like that's what he's got in it. And this just looks like an over the top grindhouse fucking like monster kill fest, kind of like if you took Dead Rising but made it more fun. Like everything about this looks like it's a blast, and I'm honestly really excited to play it.
Hell yeah.
No, it's definitely on my wish list. It's not turn-based.
No,
Okay, good.
no, it is
Good. It is
super action.
good. And I'm glad it's on my Steam wish
Yeah,
list.
super action. All right, John, you got something for us?
I do, only because I'm a smartass, and I don't think any one of us would have picked this.
Yeah.
But Avengers Doomsday. I mean, we might as well talk about it because nobody else is.
Well, we're all like, I don't know if looking forward is exactly like, okay, look, no. Hang on. Let me take that back a tiny bit. I
think that should be on the posters.
It probably should
Let me
be.
take that back a tiny bit. That should be the scare quote.
I am looking forward to Avengers Doomsday in the same way that like
This
I don't
sounds
know,
painful,
like
Hector.
I used to look forward to Avengers movies the way I look forward to like Avatar movies or movies from my favorite directors. You know, just like, all right, let's see what the fuck you got.
Yeah.
Let's bring it. I can't wait for this character. I can't wait to complete the storyline. I don't feel like that about any Marvel properties anymore. I have stopped waiting with wonder and bated breath to see like if they get the character right, and I'm just waiting to be entertained. And there has been so little buy-in from me, and if it's from me, then probably most other people for the current phase of the MCU that I'm more curious than anything else.
Yeah, like I can't wait to pirate it somewhere.
Yeah, like I'm going to the theater. I'm watching it on the big screen, and I'm going to be like, oh, okay, is this what we're
Okay.
doing? And it's fine. And I know it's 2 movies, and I know they're going to try because
Is
they
it going to
have
be 2 movies?
They have to try and recreate Endgame. They have to try and recreate.
Is
the
it going to be 2?
Yeah,
fucking
probably a year apart, just
Oh,
like the last
Jesus.
time.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
that
Infinity
that
War
is
and
absolutely
yeah.
what they're doing.
Can't
That is
wait to
that
pirate
is
that
That
shit.
is a part of the phase we're at. We're back at Endgame.
Yep.
Which is funny because like we haven't really had much in the Avengers way since then. We've had
Yeah.
a lot of talk about
Because it
the
was
Avengers.
called, what was it called again?
Avengers Doomsday. Oh, you're talking about Thunderbolts.
Endgame
Yeah. There was
yeah.
Infinity
It was
War,
called
then there was
End-
Endgame.
game.
Yeah.
Wasn't it?
Oh, it was, but I mean,
So-
as funny and sarcastic as that is, it's just one branch of a comic book. You know, like that wasn't. It wasn't certainly wasn't going to end the MCU or. I guess, frankly, any of those actors.
Yeah,
because,
Jesus.
Because they're all coming back, and everyone's coming back. And you know what? It'll be interesting to see what they do with it. It
will
really
be interesting and
The
tedious.
trailers have been also like an interesting thing.
And don't forget that we have a Spider-Man movie before.
There is a Spider-Man movie before that, which again, I found myself looking at and going, okay.
The thing is, we know nothing about it.
No,
Like
absolutely.
we know more
nothing.
about Doomsday than we do about the new Spider-Man movie.
Yeah, and that scares me a little bit. The fact that I haven't seen nary a trailer for this movie is wild.
And the trailer they do have is showing us stuff from the previous Spider-Man movies.
Right, because the new Spider-Man is poor, and no one knows he's Spider-Man.
Yeah.
So I mean, it has Sadie Sink. I love Sadie Sink. Love her to the end of the earth. Please be in more stuff.
Yeah.
I just figured they would try and forget that the last Spider-Man movie happened.
No, that is the foundation, my friend.
Ew.
That is how Spider-Man becomes Spider-Man.
God, like that whole script was written over the weekend on the toilet.
Yeah,
like
but
that was.
this is how we got to a poor Spider-Man.
Yep. Yeah, that we have.
You know,
we
and,
said back to
Spider-Man
it.
not backed by a bunch of Stark tech and, going to prestigious schools and the whole world knowing he's Spider-Man. We can't do that anymore. We need a friendly neighborhood Spider-Man.
Yep.
And
Yeah, we
that's
got
what
a
we're
grayish Hulk. Oh God, they did the Edward Norton Hulk. Gross.
getting now. Yeah, it's a little weird. Again, I have no idea what's going on for the MCU this year, and none of their movies.
I mean, we
made my
know
list.
we know that there's a TV show coming out in literally 2 weeks that nobody knows is coming out called Wonder Man,
Yeah.
and it looks interesting.
It does look
It
interesting,
looks
and the actors
interesting.
in it are some of my favorites.
Like
so,
if you, I highly encourage you to watch the trailer for Wonder Man, like the newest one they put out. It looks like a fucking A24 trailer.
Yeah, it does.
It is literally a show.
Not just because it has people of color,
Right.
unlike most of
Right.
the MCU.
This is a TV show that is about people being burned out by superhero shows.
yeah, specifically about like living in a world that contains the MCU and trying to cast a Hollywood production with people with superpowers.
Yeah.
Like I don't. That
Now,
seems like a
I don't-
horrible power dynamic.
I don't want to get too far into the weeds with this because this does come out in a couple of weeks.
yeah, we'll
However-
be talking about it.
However, one of the interesting things about Wonder Man that if you followed online spaces, because this is a character I'm actually fairly familiar with. I'm a guy who loves the D list of Marvel characters. But when they showed the actor who got cast, I immediately went, oh God, people are going to say something because he's black. Because he's white in the comics.
Right.
And interesting, if you read between the lines and actually watch the trailer for Wonder Man, what they talk about is how the new Wonder Man show that they're filming, the show within a show, is actually a reboot from the 1950s Wonder Man, where he's white in that. And I know I'm prejudging a show, but I'm like, I need at least somebody to make some kind of commentary about this.
Well, no, I mean
Like-
it has to, right?
Right,
Like,
yeah,
like
you
how many
can't-
times have we gotten, well, this guy's black now, or they made such and such character different, and that's upsetting to my fragile whiteness.
Yeah.
And hopefully. This was cast literally to comment on that because once you lampoon something, hopefully people will stop doing it.
Yeah, if you're gonna lampoon it this hard, like just you go all in with it.
Yeah, agreed.
So yeah, I'm kind of excited for Wonder Man, and again, it comes out in a couple of weeks, and nobody's fucking talking about it.
Yeah.
Let's see here. What else we got on the list of things to talk about?
All right. I've got two that
Okay.
I'm very much looking forward to. Speaking of the MCU and being meh on it, two movies I'm very much looking forward to coming in the next 12 months are Supergirl
Oh, cannot wait.
and Clayface.
Yeah, I forgot Clayfaces this year.
Yup. We got two DC movies coming out this
Ooh.
year, which I think is a good number of movies. We do not need more. Do not put out more than that in a year. In fact, maybe just one is fine even. But we get two, and I'm very much looking forward to both of them. We have plenty of information.
Wait, when is Clayface coming out?
Sometime
Hall-
I think-
Halloween.
from what I understand, it is slated 2026.
Yeah, it's from.
I do not believe there is a trailer yet.
Yeah, we have been told it is supposed to be a Halloween
Oh.
release because it is a horror movie.
Yeah,
This might be a fake trailer I
it
found.
probably is.
Okay.
But Supergirl looks great. Has we already have our actress. We already have our general idea. We got teasers. We Crypto's back. It looks it's got that James Gunn punk rock energy to it. That we're not all sick of yet. I think it's gonna be great. I think it's good. It's got a lot of personality. It's got a lot of fun going on. We know from the last Superman movie that James Gunn is not afraid to just fucking go full out with like what a comic's actually about. He put the sci-fi back in Superman, and he looks like he's doing the same here with Supergirl, and it seems awesome. It's okay to write movies about aliens where they do cool alien shit in space. That is a good thing, and I'm happy that it's here. Now Clayface, that one, which I have very little to no information about, should be very interesting.
Well, we all loved the two-parter in the Batman animated series.
Oh,
That's for
absolutely.
damn
It was
sure.
some of the best episodes of that show, which is saying a lot. That show is wall-to-wall bangers.
Like
But-
I actually watched that episode recently, and I was shocked at some of the scenes where I'm like, "Whoa, this is straight up Akira."
Yeah,
Like,
pretty
damn.
intense shit too. And as a kid, the whole scene. Spoilers for a 30-year-old cartoon. The scene where he fakes his own death,
Yeah.
completely convincing until Batman starts to figure it out. Just so fucking good, so absolutely cool. Very much looking forward to whatever comes out of the DCU when it comes to Clayface. Yeah, that's gonna be great. I can throw another couple in there while we're still going on, looking for more stuff. Unless you have something from the list.
I was looking for something looking specifically that I've not found on any of the lists anywhere. Give me just go ahead and go because I'm pulling
Right.
it up right now. I literally had to go to I had to go to Eye Patch Wolf's YouTube because he talked about it, and I'm like, wait a minute, nobody else is fucking talking about this.
So the next one I have on my list is Werewolf or Werewolf. That is the new Christmas tradition of having a Robert Eggers movie about a Hammer horror monster. And instead of Nosferatu, this year we have a werewolf. That's going to be very exciting. I spelled it werewolf. Werewolf.
Yeah, it's got it's got Craven again.
It's got everybody who's ever been
It's
in a
got,
Robert
it's got
Eggers
everyone
movie.
who Robert Eggers wants in his movie because they will all show up for it.
Yep.
They will always all show up for it.
The entire
His
cast of
movies rule.
Nosferatu just went to go do a werewolf movie.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
what
Well, I
they're
mean, we have Willem Dafoe's in there again. Craven the Hunter's in there again.
Yep.
I wouldn't be surprised if Lily Rose Depp was in it again.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's the type of director who just keeps using the same actors and doesn't give a
It's
fuck.
a Christmas movie. It's
It
a
comes out on
werewolf
Christmas.
movie.
It's going to be a Christmas movie.
Yep.
Like I kind of missed having a badass horror movie for Christmas.
Yeah,
this
but
year.
nobody has gone to see a werewolf movie. since the
Nobody
first
gives a
ever.
fuck about werewolf movies. Everybody's going
Ever.
to care about this one.
Everyone cares about Robert Eggers' movie.
I'm sorry, guys, but if
Well, while I say everyone-
Benicio del Toro's, or no, not, yeah, was it Benicio?
It was
del Toro?
Benicio del Toro,
Yeah.
yes.
Like if nobody cared about that, I don't see them caring about this.
As many people as cared about Nosferatu will care about
Yes.
this. It will make Robert Eggers money, which isn't much, but he's fucking on the map.
And he's probably going to win a bunch of awards for it too.
Hopefully.
I am very much of the perspective that the werewolf thing does not grab people anymore post Charles Darwin.
You don't know enough monster fuckers.
Yeah. We need to. You got to meet some monster fuckers.
All right.
All right.
right.
So
What do you got?
this is one that I've been trying to hunt down because nobody has it on any of their lists. It is a game called Stupid Never Dies. So I highly encourage you to watch the trailer for this. Stupid Never Dies is a game where it is a lot of like zombie killing, but there are these two protagonists. And one of them is the hot blonde cheerleader girlfriend with a sniper rifle, and then her like dead zombie boyfriend.
Yep. I think we saw a trailer for this at the Game Awards. didn't
Yes, but also he can like turn into a werewolf. He can do all kinds of supernatural shit. But the kicker to it, and I don't know why more games haven't thought to do this, the entire aesthetic of the game and the music is all early 2000s pop punk.
he? Yep.
Like it's all it's inspired by is like think, Blink 182, think about like early Fall Out Boy, like that is the vibe. That is a post grunge kind of thing. Everything about this game feels like a almost spiritual successor to like Lollipop Chainsaw.
Right?
Oh yeah, completely.
Like
Which for the record, they're selling the remastered version for like $50.
Yeah, which is hilarious to me.
Yeah.
Because the original game, I don't think was $50.
Yeah, hell no.
It was a AA title. Great game, by the way.
yeah.
Yeah, fun game, not worth $50.
No, certainly not.
Yeah.
Jesus.
But like I said earlier, like hit me with a game that just has a good fucking aesthetic. And
Oh, hell
like,
yeah.
I always joke with my friends. I'm like, I'm that guy that like, I'll buy a new wine that's on the shelf if it has a weird label.
That's
Oh,
the
yeah.
only wine
I
I ever buy.
Exactly.
Hit me with a weird label, and that's exactly when I saw the trailer for Stupid Never Dies. I was like, yes, this fucking looks right up my alley.
Yep, into it.
All right, who's got something else?
I've got our boy, Raul Coley, starring in Saros.
Yes, we cannot stop talking about
How do
this.
you
for
spell
a
S-
reason.
Saros?
Saros. Saros.
Oh.
This is like the 15th time we've talked about it on the show. We don't care. We're going to keep talking about it.
Okay.
Oh yeah, we will keep talking about this game until I have played all the way through it, and then I'll talk about it one more time.
Yep.
And it's
yeah.
a game that's not coming out till this year?
It's
It's coming out this year.
like
It is a
soon.
sequel to the game Returnal, and by sequel I mean I don't rightfully know what the plot of this game is, but it plays a lot like and is made by the studio who just made Returnal.
Yep.
So it feels like a sequel, and this one is called Saros. And the last game was a roguelite, where you would finish your run, die, wake back up in the same place, and start your run over again. It was kind of like a purgatory sort of thing, based on someone who had just been in a car accident, but they were actually on an alien planet shooting aliens. Very, very interesting, beautiful to look at, crazy, very fast third-person shooting bullet hell action, which is pretty novel. Bullet hells usually don't come in 3D. And man, was this just like, it felt like the pinnacle of it, even though it was like some of the first we'd ever caught. It was like, wow, these guys fucking get it. They get bullet hell. They get, shooting and running fast and, doing all of that. And then they put like such an amazingly beautiful and interesting coat of paint on it. And with this, that all feels dialed up to 15. Like straight up on, when you're comparing people, like how hot people are, this one's a 15 out of 10. This
I mean, it is Raul Coley. Come on.
Yeah, because it's Raul Coley. Just absolutely gorgeous, absolutely cool looking. The gameplay looks great. The story looks like an absolutely fascinating mystery box. Cannot wait to play Saros.
Yeah. So we were talking a bit about all the fun horror movies that are coming out. You were just talking about Werewolf.
Yeah.
There is one that a lot of people are on the fence on, but I am actually really excited for. And I wouldn't call it a straight horror film. It is very horror adjacent, and that is The Bride.
Yeah.
The Bride is directed by Maggie Gyllenhaal. It's got Jesse Buckley, Christian Bale, Peter Skarsgård, Jake Gyllenhaal, Penelope Cruz, Annette Bening.
Jeez.
This is a cast. This is a 1930s mob-inspired take on the Bride of Frankenstein, and like hit me with the aesthetic.
Yeah, it is. It is beautiful to look at.
It is gorgeous, and it's so wildly different than the Del Toro's Frankenstein that we just got. It gets to be its own movie. Everything. Please watch the trailer for this. It feels like a fucking Lady Gaga video when you watch the trailer for it.
Yeah, way less, like 16th century, way more like neo-noir 1920s New York. What's his fucking name? The Shadow vibes, going on with the aesthetic in this one. And I love that. Hit me with that shit.
Yeah, and like everything about it, it's insane. It feels like it has the energy of like Laz Berman film. Like it. That's the kind of energy I get from the trailer for this. Everything about it. Yeah, The Bride is definitely on my. I'm excited for. And honestly, I've heard a few like people that I respect in the YouTube community be like, I saw the trailer for it, and I really don't know how I feel about it. I'm like, I don't know, man. Like everything.
It fucking checks a lot of boxes for me.
Right. Absolutely.
Yeah,
That's
the
it.
same way that Poor Things did. Like it has an aesthetic that I'm instantly into.
Yeah, watching the trailer right now, all I could think is, why the fuck not?
Yeah,
take
straight
all
up, why not?
take all your toys and play with them however you want, especially since they're all like copyright free by this point.
Yep.
Have
Yup.
fun once in a while, filmmakers.
Also, that cast, and I very much respect Maggie Gyllenhaal when it comes to what she does in production work. Like,
Yeah, Maggie Gyllenhaal rules.
she has a fucking eye.
The best Gyllenhaal.
Yeah. All right, John, you got anything else?
I got nada, man. I don't
Oh,
think
okay.
I'm looking super forward to a whole lot this year, but I'm hoping I'm wrong.
I've
All
got
right.
one more game and a couple movies.
Sure.
The game's going to be an obvious one, and it is a maybe from me, so don't call me a sellout just yet. And please don't call me a sellout. No one gave me any money, so I don't fucking deserve that.
Please give us money.
Please give me money. Then I will sell out, by the way, Rockstar. That spoiler there. I am very, very interested to see what actually hits the shelves when GTA 6 launches sometime this year.
Yep.
We are talking about a game that will upset the entire world's economy. We are talking about a game that, Call of Duty wishes and begs it had this kind of pull on the game industry.
How many adult men will call off from work this week?
Most of them.
Too many. How many people will lose their entire lives? Let's not forget the online mode of GTA 5 for the last, 7 years has been making
Like
like
decades.
$1 billion a year.
Yeah.
If not way more than that. I think I'm underselling it.
Mm-hmm.
And this is part 6. And the game looks insane, and like it missed me with all the graphical fidelity conversations. I don't care anymore. That's not the point. The detail is the point. The thing that drew me into Cyberpunk was how much like character Night City had. And this rendition of like gross ass Miami has so much fucking character. And it looks so interesting, and I don't know. This is like, I can't look away in the same way I can't look away from a James Cameron film. Someone gave them all the money and it's all on the screen. And this is Rockstar doing the exact same thing. Spared no expense. This is the Jurassic fucking Park of video games. And whether or not they should have, they could and they did. And so here we are.
Just for your numbers here, Hector, between Grand Theft Auto 5 and Grand Theft Auto Online, they have collectively earned nearly $10 billion in total revenue since their launch.
Yeah, think about that. Think about that. That is 10 end games.
Yeah.
And 10 Infinity Wars. That you're just sitting there for a game they released so fucking long ago. For a game that released on the PlayStation 3, I think.
It may be 4. I want to say 4.
I know it released on 4. I'm pretty sure the original release was on 3.
That's freaking wild.
That's insane to me.
Yeah.
And here we are all these years later about to get GTA 6, and they could delay it. They could delay it over and over again because nobody cares, because when the game comes out, everyone will buy it. Everyone knows that. And everyone's just waiting until Rockstar thinks it's done. And while I have a lot of beef with Rockstar for a whole bunch of shit, I have mad respect for them just being like, no, we're gonna let it cook another 6 months. Fuck y'all.
Yep.
And like everyone was mad about that. Everyone was mad. Sony was mad. Xbox was mad. They were planning to use this game to sell new consoles and everything else, and they're just like, nah, we're not gonna release it for another year probably. And
game developers got mad because they had planned their release dates around not releasing when Grand Theft Auto was releasing.
Yeah, and now they all have to move their release dates, and everyone's pissed off. And
Xbox
Rockstar
doesn't
is
even
like,
have a console anymore.
yeah,
you
Rockstar's
bastards.
sitting here like, well, sucks to suck. We'll release it when we feel like it, and you know what? Mad respect for not like chasing that quarterly deadline or whatever. I am very interested to see what this game comes out as. I'm not saying I'm buying it day one. That's usually not my style, especially with a GTA game, because they usually don't come out on PC for a while. They hit consoles first in a not even arguably much lesser version of the game. But we'll see what they do this time.
Okay.
And I'm excited.
So the next thing I want to talk about, we're getting close to the end here, and when we set up the 2026 hype list here, obviously the point of it is to talk about things that we are excited for, things that we want to hype up, things that are going to take our attention during 2026. And I need our audience to understand that my excitement for this game is not the usual type of excitement where I'm screaming from the rooftops, I'm so excited to play this. So I have decided what my theme of the year is going to be when it comes to video games. Last year it was indie titles. This year I'm going to be playing games that I said that I was never going to play. So not this weekend, but next weekend I will probably start Mass Effect, and we will see how it goes from there. Yeah. However, the next entry on my list makes the list because the first 2 games in this series are ones that I've looked at and gone, there is no way I'm ever going to fucking play those. And that is Pathologic 3.
Ooh.
If you are unfamiliar with Pathologic, I'm not surprised, because even I was for a very long time unfamiliar with it. Pathologic is a series that takes place in I don't know, it's like the early 1900s?
Yeah, sure. I mean, the time notwithstanding, it's a very Eastern European folktale kind of game, like modern but not too modern. People aren't walking around with cell phones or anything, but people have plumbing. You don't really see a lot of computers, but you know.
The premise is always the same. You're a doctor who walks into a village, and the village has an outbreak, a pandemic of some kind.
Yeah.
Over the course of the game, you will lie, cheat, steal to try and save as many people as you can. And the deeper you get into the games, the more supernatural elements come into play.
Yep.
This is a series that has only had 2 entries, and you can find things like 10-hour dissertations on what is actually happening in these games.
Yeah, if you're interested at all in this idea, our beloved patron saint of YouTube, H Bomber Guy, has a very, very good video on Pathologic and Pathologic 2.
But why was this a game?
Brilliant.
Why was this a game you didn't want to play?
This game is
Because
fucking
it
stressful.
This game is awful to play by admission of everyone who loves it. It has no respect for your time. Your walking speed is slow.
Yeah.
Getting anywhere takes time, and you feel the time because there's a
real clock.
Day-night cycle, and the longer it takes you to get to where you're going, the more likely it is that someone is dying in a room somewhere, and you're gonna have to go negotiate for medicine by giving them food, which you need,
Or giving them bullets
to eat and survive, or bullets, because like some people want to rob and kill you. Depending on the character you pick, there's an entire black market for organs in the town, and you can fucking harvest people for organs.
Yep.
And it's all. Everything has consequence.
Everything.
Everything in this game
It
has
is
consequence.
stressful. It is a stressful fucking game.
You getting the plague has consequence, and it's easy to get. It's easy to catch, and if you catch it, you have to use a fucking vaccination on yourself that you needed to cure other people in town because they're very important, and the town will fucking collapse without them.
Yep.
You're always making life or death, no-win situation, fucking decisions.
Everything
That's
that
the
you
entire
do
game.
matters, including where you decide to walk.
Yeah. The whole thing is very, very interesting.
Oh, well
and
then,
and Pathologic 3 was technically supposed to be like the third part of Pathologic 2, and then it became so big they had to announce, sorry guys, it's just its own fucking game at this point.
Right, and let's not forget, Pathologic 2 was supposed to just be a good remake of the Eurojank Pathologic 1, and then it became its whole own game.
Yeah.
Because
and,
the studio
and we're not even
doesn't give
talking
a
about
fuck
the
about
supernatural elements of it.
you. They just
Like,
want to make their art.
like when I've watched I have watched so many fucking videos about Pathologic, and that watching those videos, I will stay up late at night and watch them, and that's almost kind of what inspired the category of games I said I was never going to play, because I would just watch this like 10-hour Pathologic disc rotation and go, there ain't no fucking way I'm ever going to play that fucking game.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
That sounds horrible.
But
then-
it makes the list because it's coming out. It might already be out actually. And
I believe it's coming out within the next month or so.
I think on
yeah.
the 9th. So
Yeah,
I think it
so-
dropped on the 9th.
yeah. So-
But speaking of which, I actually have one now.
Hey.
yeah.
Yeah. I have, speaking of disease and PTSD over, helping sick people,
Lord.
The Pit Season 2
Yes.
started dropping.
Yes, it did. I
And-
watched the first episode of the second
Yeah.
season.
Ditto.
Fantastic.
I had never really watched it. My
Second
wife...
episode comes out tonight.
Yeah, my wife was watching it, and she put on, episode 1, season 2, and I'm like, oh, whatever, I'm eating, and I was just kind of engaged, and then she's like, you know what? I'm gonna go back and watch season 1. I'm like, okay, let's do it, and so I'm like halfway through season 1, and I'm like, damn,
Yeah.
I get it,
It's a good fucking show.
Yeah.
Very, very good. Very fucking compelling.
and
television.
it barely even touches the whole PTSD trauma of COVID or whatever. It just shows like a couple like not even 5-second clips, and you're like, oh God, okay, so that's what's going on. This is a guy who's been through war.
Yeah.
So I dig it.
So I have one more big one and a couple of honorable mentions as far as movies coming out this year go.
All right.
The big one, and this is because I need our audience to know that I am a child at heart. The movie is called Goat. G-O-A-T, Goat. This is an animated movie about a goat who plays basketball. And the goat is, he's a little small. Basketball is done by big animals like giraffes and shit. But this goat's good at basketball. He's gonna play. And it's a kids movie. It's a bunch of anthropomorphic animals doing stadium basketball shit. And I have some friends
The
who,
furry
in
community
the
is
last
going to
couple of
lose
years,
their mind.
became really into organized sports, basketball being a particular focus. And it kind of got me into the lingo and the anticipation and the camaraderie that comes with like following a sport like this. And this trailer, when I saw it, really captured all of that. And the animation is beautiful. The movie looks awesome. It looks funny. It looks great. The animation, I cannot stress this enough, is next level.
Same
like-
people who did Into the Spider-Verse.
Yep,
Yeah.
and K-pop Demon Hunters.
Yeah.
Yep.
So here we are.
And Steph Curry produced it.
Yeah, and Steph Curry produced it because he's a short basketball player, and the movie's about a short basketball player. It's going to be, I guarantee you right now, it's going to be a lot of fun when you see it. No matter what. If you're one of the very few people who haven't watched K-pop Demon Hunters, I feel sorry for you. But for everyone else who someone had to convince to watch K-pop Demon Hunters, this is me doing that for you right now. Watch the GOAT.
Okay.
GOAT looks good. Honorable mentions. This year we have Grogu and the Mandalorian.
Yes.
Seems cool. I kind of want to see
Dave
what's going on
Filoni
there.
is taking over Star Wars this year.
Yeah. Dave Filoni takes over Star Wars. That's exciting.
Yeah. Kathleen Kennedy steps down and Dave Filoni takes over.
Yep. We also have Ready or Not 2.
I need to watch the first one.
Anyone who didn't see the first one's great. Watch the first one and then look forward to the second one. More, I think it's Samara Weaving. God, help me if I'm wrong. But she was great in the first one. I hope that's her. And she's back for the sequel. And what a great movie.
Yep.
And the final one, the final honorable mention. Oh, two. Sorry, two. One is because I'm not even sure it's coming out this year, but it right now it has a 2026 tentative on it. Dune Part 3.
Yep.
If we get another Dune
no,
movie,
it is releasing the same day as Avengers Doomsday.
God,
And
that's insane.
Downey Jr. just said that him and Chalamet said that they're calling it Doomsday.
Doomsday.
Yes.
Okay. No, I'm into that. I
Yep.
like that.
That is their Barbenheimer.
Yeah. Dune Part 3. Yeah, let's do it. I can't wait. I mean, first two were fucking masterpiece. Here we go
Yep.
with the third one. Let's see what
get
happens.
fucking weird with it, right?
Yeah, let's get super fucking weird. Let's see some worms. And finally, finally this time, Street Fighter.
Oh yeah, that
If anyone
fucking
hasn't
weird
seen the
thing.
cast for this Street Fighter movie, look that
Woo!
shit up.
That
This
is some
looks like the
weird
cheesiest,
shit.
campiest, dumbest, most fun movie that knows exactly what it is, just wears it on its sleeve, and has all the fun in the world with it. We're gonna see a lot of scenery chewing.
Got
We're
David
gonna see a lot of
Dalsmachian as M. Bison, and I will watch anything that man is in.
Yep, we're gonna see a whole lot of like good fight choreography and fight scenes and stupid callbacks to Street Fighter. And it's absolutely god tier inspired casting all the way around. I cannot wait to see Street Fighter, a sentence I never thought I'd say, but here we are.
Yep.
Street Fighter.
So I'm gonna just quickly list a few movies that don't have trailers. Things that I'm excited for. The sequel to the 2021 Mortal Kombat movie, Mortal Kombat 2, it will be coming out.
Yeah.
So I'm normally not a scary movie person, in that the scary movie franchise is not one that I typically enjoy because I don't tend to enjoy the humor. However, this is it returning from the dead, and they're specifically taking aim at what people call "quote unquote" elevated horror movies.
Ooh, okay, yeah.
And
See, that sounds fun.
I'm fucking in for that. Evil Dead Burn, the next Evil Dead movie. Evil Dead Rise was fantastic. Evil Dead Burn is.
Who's making this?
I think it's the people who worked on Evil Dead Rise
Okay.
are going to be working on
Okay.
this. I'm excited about it. Zach Kreger's Resident Evil.
Oh.
That's fuck, man. I'm fucking in. Weapons was one of my highlights of 2025.
Weapons is great.
Yeah.
To me, Resident Evil is a very cursed movie franchise.
Yep. But he's also never seen the Resident Evil movies, he says.
I mean that's great. But curses.
Yep. I understand that. Violent Night 2. If you
Oh,
did not
fuck yeah.
if you did not see the original Violent Night with David Harbour, it was fantastic. The fact that it's getting a sequel.
Speaking of Christmas horror movies,
Yeah.
and it's not horror, it's more violence, but still,
Yep.
good stuff.
Coyote versus Acme is finally getting released.
Finally.
That entire story we've talked about in the past about how it basically was shelved for a tax write-off, and then basically people rallied around it and said, please God, put the fucking movie out, and they finally convinced them to do it.
And
I was gonna say
the
this
company
year-
also said, "Hey, we did recoup our losses
Yep.
with the tax write-off,
yeah,
so yeah, why
this
not?"
year without without Peacemaker, I was like, where the fuck am I gonna get my John Cena this year?
Yep.
And now I know.
There's a sci-fi movie coming out from Gore Verbinski called Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die.
Yep.
Super excited about that one. All right, so let's talk about the things that do have trailers as I start to wind down the show. One of the ones that I want to talk about here is There Are No Ghosts at the Grand. There Are No Ghosts at the Grand is a video game that has layers. So
Like an ogre.
in the beginning, during the daytime, you renovate this old abandoned British hotel. But at night, it becomes A musical Lovecraftian stories told through songs and nightly ghost hunts.
Fuck yeah.
And if that's not a fucking weird enough concept to you, I don't know what you want.
Yeah, no, that sounds like, yeah, someone was like, hey, what do you want me to make a game about? And I was like, this.
You get to renovate a mansion, and then at night it becomes a Lovecraft musical. I don't know, man. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know what to tell you. Like, if you watch the trailer for this, if you've ever played something like Power Wash Simulator, it's kind of like that.
Yeah.
You know, you're spraying new wallpaper on, and everybody's doing a thing.
Yeah, any
then-
other survival games that let you decorate your raft or your house or your vampiric castle?
Yeah.
You got that, and you got music, and you got first person views and like some puzzle solving. Like it looks really really fun.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta say, I could spend some time with this.
Yeah, I think you were going to be excited about. Another one that I have here is a pick for Hector, and is not a pick for me, and that is going to be Inconbini. So Inkonbini, and the subtitle is One Store Many Stories. And the idea behind Inconbini is this is a narrative story where you play a Japanese college student who is helping run her aunt's convenience store, and you get to know the customers, and a lot of it is about her trying to figure out what she wants for her life while she stocks the shelves and talks to customers.
God damn it.
And runs a conveni, something we are very much a fan of, aren't we, Hector?
Yeah, as long as I can stock those -7 like fucking 7% fucking drinks.
Like,
Oh, this looks so cool. Oh god.
this was, I had a list of 2 games, and I don't have the other one listed here, that were on my list for Hector. And the other one I showed you the trailer for, which was the one that is like you're playing a Japanese train, but it's also a rhythm game.
Oh yeah, the train rhythm game, but also like almost like a endless bus hopper. Like yeah, absolutely. Multi-track drifting. Super into it.
But yeah, I saw Inconbini, and I was like, I'm saving this one for the show. If Hector hasn't heard about this yet,
No, looks
This is-
absolutely gorgeous. Cannot wait.
yeah, this is, yeah, absolutely love it. I like to talk about weird ass shit. Let's talk about some weird ass shit. I want to tell you about a little game called Desktop Explorer. Now, this was a game that is made for a very specific generation of people, and we are that generation of people because we are old.
Yep.
The idea behind this is it's an adventure puzzle game where you're poking around an old desktop PC trying to unravel its mystery. Basically, the premise is your uncle left you his old machine as inheritance, in air quotes. It still boots. And inside, you can find clues to a missing persons case buried in the files, folders, and in corrupted software.
Cool.
And the whole thing just takes place on an old school Windows desktop, basically. And you go around the files and you look through them and you try and piece together what it is. And everything in Desktop Explorer is meant to speak to an older audience who grew up with like the early days of tech, essentially.
Wow.
I'm getting vibes of There Is No Game.
Yeah,
I
definitely.
could see that. Another game that I'm excited for that's going to be coming out as we start to wind this down, another indie title, is Mixtape. We've talked about Mixtape in the past. Mixtape, I believe, is the game that takes place at the last days of senior school.
Oh yeah.
For a bunch of students.
Yeah. There's
And-
the group of friends, and yeah.
It's what happens before you move on to the next stage of your life.
Oh, this one looks beautiful
It's
too.
all based on like the late 90s, which is like fucking speak to me personally, Jesus
Mm-hmm.
Christ. Like, you know, I was that little guy
Yeah,
running around.
graduating high school in the late '90s. Just we're still skateboarding.
Oh yeah, I
and we
rode my
still have video
skateboard fucking
stores and-
everywhere. Like,
oh man.
yeah. Everything about Mixtape looks fantastic. The music selection alone looks great. It looks like it's got an interesting mystery to it. It's an indie title, and like the first trailer to this game it's one of those games that like isn't defined by a singular thing. It's not like this is a point and click adventure game. Like,
Right.
part
It
of-
looks like you do a lot.
Yeah.
There's what it reminds me the most of is God, what was that game called?
Life is Strange.
Huh?
Life is Strange.
Yes.
Okay.
Reminds me the most of something like Life is Strange, but almost like like an evolved version of it. Like we figured out how to like really nail that formula.
Yeah.
And especially all the way down to where the game advertises its soundtrack in
Yeah.
big titles.
Also, like not for nothing,
you
and
know
I
this music,
and I
don't
know
you?
that this fucking speaks to me, but like over 50% of the songs on mixtape are goth bands.
Yeah.
So like, hit me personally with that one. I would be remiss if I didn't mention a game that both Hector and I are excited for, but didn't bother mentioning that yet, and that is Resident Evil Requiem.
Oh yeah, of course.
Right around the corner. We're
Of
talking
course.
a month away.
Oh, really?
A month away from Resident Evil Requiem.
Dang.
Yeah,
I feel like
my-
I played Village like not that long ago, but it was
I
a long fucking
know.
time ago.
But everything about Requiem is looking good. It looks beautiful. We know that we've got two main characters. We've seen everybody's favorite boyfriend, Leon Kennedy, show
Oh
back
yeah,
up.
just rocking an absolutely beautiful haircut.
Oh yeah, man has aged gracefully. If I could age half as gracefully as Leon Kennedy, I'm doing something right with
Man,
my
I'm
life.
trying.
Right, I gotta bulk up a little bit for
Yeah.
that. I cannot suplex a zombie, Hector. That
No,
is a fact.
No, we gotta get you there.
So yeah, I mean, I think that's most of the things that I wanted to talk about. I guess there's one honorable mention that we've talked about in the past on this, and that is Lego Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight.
That does look very cute.
And that is the Lego Batman that takes all of the various Batman movies and puts them all as one story, and it uses the Batman Arkham fighting system, so it's actually a fighting system and not just,
Punch,
kick,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
That's something I'm super excited for. There's a ton more that we could have talked about. Obviously, Marvel's Wolverine is supposed to be coming out this year.
Yeah, we haven't seen like any kind of announcement for like a release date though, have we?
No, we're hearing vaguely it's supposed to be out in fall.
Yeah, and that should be interesting. It's gonna be one of those like, look, and this is a thing we'll be talking about more in the coming year, but we are truly at the end of and not officially and certainly not even in practice, but by the timeline we should be at the end of our consoles life cycles.
Yeah.
And I can count all of the big, and I'm not even talking exclusive specifically, all of the big AAA games that have released on these consoles, excluding the bullshit like Call of Duty. I can count all those games on like one hand.
Yeah.
It has been a very lackluster roster of games as far as like the big console selling games, and Wolverine is going to be one of those.
Yep.
And we only get so many these days, and I love the studio that made it, so it should be really interesting to see.
Yeah. So it wouldn't be me being James if I didn't try to end our entire episode talking about another vague indie title that maybe a lot of people have not heard about. And the game that I'm going to talk about as I wrap this whole show up is Valor Mortis. Valor Mortis is a game by the people who made Ghost Runner. And if you've never played Ghost Runner, it's a cyberpunk wall-running parkour action game.
Oh yeah.
But Valor Mortis is a Souls-like set in an alternative history of the 19th century with Napoleonic vibes. And it's a first-person Souls-like. And mind you,
Yep.
I have gone on record saying I fucking hate first-person melee combat. And I looked at the trailer for Valor Mortis and went, fuck, this might be the one that gets me.
Hell yeah.
A Souls-like Napoleonic era fucking, like, it is
Yeah.
gorgeous.
What I'm hearing from people who've gotten their hands on this is that it doesn't bother them to play this way. That the first person, like it, because of the way the game is set up and the way that it plays, feels more natural than you think it does.
Right.
And yeah, it is absolutely gorgeous, super intriguing, super interesting. You get the time period, much like Lies of P, but you're also getting all the cool supernatural soulsy shit. You know, like it's going to be great.
People coming back from the dead, people chugging elixirs to power up.
Yeah.
Like, it looks so good.
Yeah.
And like, man, I didn't want to like a first person fucking melee game, but
No, but I bet it's. I you know what? I have really high hopes for this one. I hope this one's great because I love shit like this.
yeah.
Yeah.
It looks like it's going to fuck me up in a good way.
Yeah. No, and that leads like my very last honorable mention isn't very far from this, as far as games go. And the reason I didn't mention it before because it comes out in like 12 days. Neo 3.
Yep.
Yeah, Neo 3 comes out very soon. It's 3-player co-op Souls, and Neo is one of those series that is so ubiquitous now.
This
in
might be my first Neo.
It will definitely be your first Neo, and it is a Souls-like that has become so embedded in the genre that there are games, the first Berserker Kazan being a great example, that is called more of a Neo-like than a Souls-like. Because this is our third Neo game, and we've had them around for a while.
Because instead of sticking one dildo up your ass, it uses 12.
Oh, yeah. And the dildos all have different properties. Yep. Some of them have fire. Some of them do poison. Some of them slow you down. Some of them are very fast dildos. Some of them are long and floppy. It's got everything. And you need to know about all of them, not only because you need to be able to use them if you want to use them, but you need to know how they affect you when someone else has the long floppy dildo and fights back. It is nonstop. Spreadsheets of crazy damage and stats and everything else, but also a Souls combat, very interesting, very stylized, but also very animation based and incredibly punishing to get wrong. Super flashy, beautiful stuff, and again,
I legitimately
comes out in about 2.5 weeks.
One of the reasons that I'm excited to play this, other than that I'll be playing this with y'all.
Yeah.
So at least I will hate myself, but with friends.
Yeah.
But I think technically Neo would be on my list of games that I would not actually fucking play.
Oh yeah.
And that fits into my theme for the year.
There you go. And it's right there. Neo 3. And
we will be taking a break from Marvel Rivals. Also, honorable mention to Marvel Rivals, by the way.
Oh,
we
sure.
are going to be
Marvel
playing that all
Rivals has been
fucking year because, man, it's good.
Yeah, we've been playing it, and you know what? It's a great way to wind down at the end of the day with the boys in Discord.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a good time.
We are almost diamond, man. We are climbing the ranks this year.
Yeah.
I'm determined we're going to hit diamond plus this year in Marvel Rivals.
We might. We'll see. Maybe if they stop knocking us down to bronze 2 every time the season resets.
All right. I think that's everything that we have to talk about for the show. I mean, thank you for sticking with us. This was so much that we talked about. If you're interested in any of the things that we talked about, please look up the trailer. A lot of these games just have great visual presentation to them. I didn't even get into most of the TV shows that I wanted to talk about. Things like Spider-Man Noir or the new Star Wars Visions. There's a whole lot of stuff that's coming out.
Yeah.
Blade Runner 2099 is a thing that's happening, and it's coming out this year. But that's too much. It's too much to talk about. We have to get back into doing our normal ass shows. That being said, that's everything that we're looking forward to in 2026. Don't forget that you can subscribe to our Patreon for only $1 to get our Tales from the Crypt recap episodes.
Yeah.
And if you can't subscribe there, any kind of social media engagement, from likes to comments to just sharing our show with somebody else, it honestly really means the world to us. Like I said at the top of the episode, we're trying to grow our audience this year, something I have been not doing for the last 10 years. So I can only do that with your assistance. So please help us to try and achieve our goal of increasing our numbers just a little bit. But yeah, until next time, for Hector, this is James.
For James, this is Hector.
And for you, this is me.
Everyone, good night.
And happy 2026.
Bam! We did it.
We did it.
All right, kids. We are ending
I gotta
the
go do chores.
stream.
Spider-Net. Oh, yeah, you got company this week.
I have